So that's the color from the minerals, I'm assuming, the red?
Yeah, so the bone, of course, in the living animal would be white, right? Just like it is in us. But what happens when it sits in the soil and sediment and becomes a fossil, iron minerals gravitate to it and crystallize inside of it because of all the decomposing collagen and organics inside the bone. That attracts iron as a mineral to grow inside it, and that's what gives it its brown color.
Oh, okay.
If I were to leave that bone out on the surface and just let it bleach for decades and the iron would slowly wash out of it, it would return to its original white color, like it was in the animal.
Would it be brittle?
It would be very brittle, though, yeah. Because the minerals are actually making it more solid.
Almost like a cow skull found out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, you know how it starts to splinter?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would do that too, eventually. But the minerals are actually acting like a form of glue in the bone right now. And if you take them out, then it becomes very weak. I don't know if you've heard, you know, all the famous fossils that they collect in Mongolia. The Cretaceous dinosaurs there, they didn't get mineralized like this. And so the bone is incredibly punky and soft and difficult to deal with. So we use these industrial engraving tools. This one's actually specifically made for fossil preparation. Got a carbide tip, so it's hard enough to deal with things like sandstone. We work parallel to bone, you don't work into bone, and then you just slowly, you can see all the little white scratches?
Yeah.
That's from this thing. And just imagine doing this for hours.
Yeah.
Because that's what it takes. This block has been open for about a year.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it's been tag teamed by interns, students, and retirees that we have as volunteers in the lab. This is a rib, this is a rib, these are ribs, this is a rib. But that is actually a post-orbital. That's a skull bone from a juvenile Tyrannasaur. So this is not your 4-year-old, it's the next size up. That's probably your 10-year-old, 8-year-old. And that's another skull bone right there too. So we've got a pair of skull bones in this block sitting on ribs. There's another rib right here, and you can see another one going back off there and out here. It's literally just a pile, a heap of Tyrannosaur bone. So you guys want to try your hand at doing a little fossil prep? There you go. Already a pro.
Yeah, he's been waiting for this his whole life.
Yeah.
I just use a jackhammer for a living, so it's, you know.
Yeah. It's a micro jackhammer.
Yeah.
We do use full-on jackhammers at the sites, but that's just to clear waste
Clear a
rock
channel
off the
around it,
top.
right. Dr. Yanni. The patient's long since died, but he's still trying his best.
Yeah. Field jackets.
Whoa.
Most of it's from rainbows, but some of it's from other sites.
What's that? Big thing over there.
What? Oh, this?
Yeah.
Well, that's a ceratopsia. You guys know the horned dinosaurs, like Triceratops?
Yeah.
This is Cosmoceratops. It's one of the new ones we've named from Grand Staircase. It's got 15 horns on its face.
Whoa.
So it's the most ornamented face of any horned dinosaur. We
very
think
metal.
this is a torso of a Cosmoceratops. He's laying upside down like this. And this is his pelvis right here, the sacrum. The ilia are on either side, kind of like an open butterfly. And then these are the backbones, the dorsals coming forwards, and these are the ribs coming off. And this is a fibula, right? So that's one of the the smaller of the two shin bones. And that's the tibia. That goes with the fibula. These are a pair.
Yeah, they go together.
They go together like that. And then this is the ischium, which is another one of the pelvic bones that sticks downwards.
Oh,
These are toe bones from the hind foot.
Wow.
This is the lower jaw. The teeth would be in there, and the coronoid, the thing that articulates the jaw into the upper part of the skull, is right there.
It's amazing that in your mind's eye you can see what it's meant to be when it's
Yeah.
like a bunch of, looks like rocks to me.
Right. Rocks with some interesting shapes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is an upside down torso of one of these horned dinosaurs. This is the beak, the predentary.
Wow.
So that beak right there on the lower jaw, that's this thing, and that attaches to the lower jaw.
So this
like
used to
that.
be all matrix, and this has all been
All been
removed.
cleaned away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the bone's in kind of crappy condition because it was, believe it or not, it's in bad condition because it was covered with meat when it was buried, and as it decomposed, it got a lot of iron sulfide minerals, and when those got near the surface, those decomposed into sulfuric acid and caused destruction of the bone and creation of gypsum crystals, which pushed the
Expand.
bone apart. Yeah, expanded.
Oh,
So that's why the bone looks so crappy,
I see.
because it was covered with meat when it was buried. One of the most interesting things about this specimen is we found pathologies in the ribs.
Broken rib.
Yeah, it's a broken and repaired rib. So this was a non-lethal injury for the animal, and there was a series of 3 of them. There's one there.
Wow.
So there were 3 in a row of these breaks. So it took a hard blow to the side and broke 3 ribs, and then survived that, and it healed up.
Wow.
And we speculate that did not happen from a predator. That wasn't a T-Rex or something trying to eat this guy.
Do you think it would have been killed if it was that case?
Yeah.
Or,
Or the injuries would have been worse.
right.
Like a puncture or broken.
Right. Bites or really, horrible deep scars, like you'll find teeth embedded in the back.
Oh my God.
But this looks to us like jousting, like 2 males of the species were fighting, butting each other, roughhousing,
Yeah.
and got some broken ribs.
Wow.
That would have been
Wow,
above the
sweet.
jaw. And it's got the serrations and all of that.
Insane. So this is not T-Rex because it would have been more round as a T-Rex?
T-Rex tooth would be twice as big as that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So just because it's a Tyrannasaur, it's not necessarily big.
T-Rex,
Yeah.
right.
So did they know that when they named T-Rex? Did they think it was just going to be this one thing, and then they found out later there was going to be dozens of cousins, so to speak? Or
Yeah, I would say T-Rex was the first named Tyrannosaur, and they didn't know where it came from or what its family was all about. And
Right.
then it's been since then, in the 100 years since then, that we've learned a lot about the whole family and all the animals that led up to it, because it was
Right.
the last of its kind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Interesting.
Go ahead, take it.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I've left it kind of on this pedestal of sandstone to support it.
Okay. Hold on. Jeez. Imagine that.
No, I'm done. I'm done, Johnny. I'm not imagining it anymore.
That's like an illegal knife right there.
That thing.
In fact,
So
you can.
that's the baby and that's the adult?
Yes.
It's hard
You
to tell.
can cut through this bone and count. Well, it's actually easier to do with a femur, like a thigh bone, but you can cut through and count growth rings.
Wow.
They call them lags, or not. Yeah. What they do is they would grab their prey. They have very.
I got a picture now. It's a video.
Yeah. And then they would use that to eviscerate.
Like a cat kicking you
Yeah.
with his.
It was nice to have Johnny and Austin drop by and see what we're doing, and best of luck to y'all.
Wow. No, that was insane.
What the heck?
Literally held dinosaur bones.
Dude, and we removed matrix from Tyrannosaur bones that were still in like the big case. You'll see it. It's on the video. What the heck, man?
This is definitely one of the highlights of my life right here.
Holy.
This is and I want to say thank you to everybody over here and to Dr. Titus, Dr. Titus, sorry, for giving us this opportunity to do everything, do all this, and then we're
What a
gonna
gift.
try to volunteer
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we'll be back tomorrow.
Later, guys.
So this is how we roll. Behold the Pizza Hut tech table.
What?
I'm just telling them all how tech we are.
Oh, yes.
We're,
We are very pizza.
We're all the tech and so much pizza.
So much pizza.
All the pizza. There's none left.